Imagine this for a moment. You're sitting with your grandchildren around the table. Their little hands are waving, their faces full of excitement. Their lips are moving so fast you can barely keep up. Everyone bursts out laughing. But for you, the sound is faint, almost like it's coming from another room. You smile and nod, pretending to understand, but inside your heart sinks. You've just missed a precious moment, one you can never get back. For millions of older adults, this is not just a bad day. It's everyday life with hearing loss. It doesn't happen overnight. It's not silence all at once. It's a slow fading of life's sweetest sounds, the laughter of family, the songs of birds, even the words "I love you." That feels familiar, or if you have a parent, grandparent, or loved one going through it, this video is for you. Together, we're going to explore the real causes of hearing loss in old age, break the myths that keep so many people suffering in silence, and share practical solutions that can bring joy and connection back into your life. And before we dive deeper, make sure to subscribe to this channel and tap the bell icon. That way, you'll always stay connected to health and life advice that matters in your golden years. Hearing loss is not simply about the ears. It's about how we connect with the world, and more importantly, with the people we love. Think about it. Conversation is the thread that ties families together. It's the glue that keeps friendships alive. And when you can't hear clearly, that thread starts to fray. You begin saying "what" more often. You sit quietly in groups because following along feels too tiring. Phone calls become stressful instead of joyful. Slowly, without even realizing it, you start pulling away from the very people who make life worth living. Medical research confirms what many families already know in their hearts. Untreated hearing loss is strongly linked to loneliness, depression, and even memory decline. The brain, when it no longer receives enough stimulation through sound, begins to shrink in areas connected to memory and comprehension. That's why doctors warn that ignoring hearing loss can raise the risk of dementia later in life. Let me share a story that captures this reality. Mary, an 82-year-old from Florida, loved hosting Sunday dinners. She was the heart of her community, always laughing, always listening. But over time, she noticed conversations slipping past her. She would smile, nod, and pretend, but inside she felt like she was fading from the group. Eventually, she stopped hosting dinners. She wasn't sick. She wasn't tired. She was simply tired of pretending to hear. When Mary finally got hearing aids, her words were unforgettable. It was like someone turned the lights back on in my ears. She didn't just hear better. She felt alive again. Most people assume hearing loss is just an inevitable part of aging, something you can't do anything about. But that's not entirely true. Yes, age-related hearing loss, called presbycusis, is very common. Over time, the tiny hair cells inside the inner ear that pick up sound waves become damaged or die off, and they don't grow back. But that's only one piece of the puzzle. Years of exposure to loud noises take their toll. The lawnmower you used every summer, the factory machines you worked near, even decades of loud music. All of these can chip away at your hearing little by little. Then there are health conditions. Diabetes, heart disease, untreated ear infections, and high blood pressure can all impact how well your ears process sound. Even certain medications, antibiotics, painkillers, or chemotherapy drugs can have lasting effects on hearing. And here's something many people overlook. Sometimes, it's as simple as earwax. A small buildup can block sound and make it seem like your hearing is worse than it really is. That's why routine checkups with a doctor or audiologist are so important. Hearing loss doesn't always mean old age is catching up with you. Sometimes it means something as small and treatable as wax or fluid. Think of it this way: your ears tell the story of your life. Every concert, every noisy street, every loud tool, it leaves its mark. That's why protecting your hearing at every age matters, and why seeking help early can make such a difference later. One of the biggest reasons older adults avoid dealing with hearing loss is because of stubborn myths. Let's talk about them. Myth number 1. Hearing aids make everything sound too loud and unnatural. This was true many years ago, but modern hearing aids are incredibly advanced. They're like little computers in your ears, able to filter out background noise, focus on speech, and adjust automatically to your environment. Myth number 2. I'll wait until I'm almost deaf before I get hearing aids. This is one of the most damaging beliefs. The longer you wait, the harder it is for your brain to adjust to amplified sound. Early intervention means you adapt faster, stay socially active, and protect your brain health. Myth number 3. Hearing aids are bulky and embarrassing. That might have been true 30 years ago, but today some models are practically invisible. They can fit entirely inside your ear, hidden from view. And here's the truth. People notice your constant, "What? Say that again?" much more than they'll ever notice a discreet hearing aid. Myth number 4. Hearing loss is no big deal. I can live with it. This is perhaps the most dangerous myth. Hearing loss doesn't just affect your ears. It affects your relationships, your mood, your memory, and even your safety. Missing the sound of a smoke alarm, a car horn, or a loved one calling your name is not something to ignore. So what can you do if you or a loved one is facing hearing loss? The first and most important step is don't ignore it. Get a professional hearing test, ideally once a year after age 60. Even if you think you're hearing fine, those gradual changes can sneak up without you realizing. Next, protect your hearing whenever you can. Use earplugs in noisy places. Keep the volume lower on headphones and TV, and don't be afraid to step away from loud environments. Prevention is always easier than repair. If your doctor recommends hearing aids, don't put it off. Think of them not as a sign of weakness, but as an investment in your quality of life. Just like glasses restore vision, hearing aids restore connection. And they've come a long way. Many can connect to your phone, adjust with an app, and even filter out wind when you're outside. Small lifestyle changes also make a big difference. When talking with loved ones, face them directly so you can see their lips and expressions. Reduce background noise when possible. Turn off the TV during conversations, choose quieter restaurants, and sit in well-lit spaces. And above all, stay socially engaged. Even if hearing is a challenge, don't isolate yourself. The more you keep your brain active through conversations, music, and interaction, the sharper and happier you'll feel. Take the story of Jim, a retired teacher from Australia. For years, he avoided family barbecues because he couldn't follow conversations. Finally, he got tested and was fitted with hearing aids. He later said, "It wasn't just about hearing words again. It was about hearing the laughter that came after them." That's the true gift of treating hearing loss. Not just sound, but connection. Hearing loss is not the end of joy, connection, or independence. It's a challenge, one that millions face, but it's also one that can be managed with the right care. Don't let myths, embarrassment, or fear hold you back. Life is too short to miss the voices of your loved ones, the rustle of leaves, or the music of a songbird outside your window. If this video helped you, give it a like, share it with friends or family who may need it, and don't forget to subscribe for more life-changing insights for your golden years. And I'd love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, what's the one sound you'd never want to lose?